Alright, you big booty bumbleclots, welcome back to Practicing Portraits, an artwod roadmap. Right? Artwod is the best platform, online platform in the world to learn drawing from imagination and draftsmanship. Because of them, I was able to achieve this in 3 years and what the fuck is upside down? Fuck man, the advertisement's gone to shit. Anyways, because of them, I was able to achieve this in 3 years and 2 months. Fuck. Oh man, I fucked that up completely. God damn it. And this is like something I'm gonna practice, right? Like just it'll be like, hey, welcome back to this, and then like, shill artwod, and then be like, because of them I can do blank, and it's gonna be the latest drawing from imagination from my streams. Right, but yeah, anyways, like as you can, if this level of skill, as I was saying, if this level of skill interests you, right, the line quality, the line confidence, the understanding of form, right, the spatial reasoning, right, the I don't know, the giant gaping lapse in skill between you and I don't know what I'm saying. Whatever. The point is, fucking Artwod is the reason I can do this. All right, go to Artwod. Link in description. I'm not affiliated. I'm just a huge dick rider and a shill. Anyways, okay. 90% of you won't do that because 90% of you aren't even watching at this point. So, anyways, what are we doing? We're looking at a reference. Right, the artwod, again, I'm doing the artwod portrait roadmap, so this part of the exercise, which they, by the way, like, if you want to get good, do artwod. They give you the exercises to learn, to understand drawing simple shapes and then manipulating those shapes, but do 100 times of what they ask you. That's what I'm doing, like, or at least 50 times, right? Because for each exercise, the exercise is literally just, it's one, or like three. You do 3 reps, right, of this. Where you just, and you don't even have to do these, by the way. This, I'm doing this to challenge myself, but is this the, no, this is not the green one. Yeah, the exercise is literally look at a face and then put a box, like put it in the angle of the box that you think it's in, right? I'm looking at the face, putting a box over it, putting a sphere inside that box, putting center lines inside the sphere inside that box, and then I'm trying to draw hard surface shapes at that same angle, right? Inside the, and like that is very difficult because I have to hold that box sphere inside the box, center lines inside the sphere inside the box, and then obviously draw shapes around it, right? This shit's looking very samey. Like obviously I'm trying to work on that, right? I literally did the same thing here, so it's looking very same. Similar design languages, which I'm slowly trying to break out of. It's really difficult, but anyways, okay, so this face is still very narrow, which I haven't gotten down yet. So you know what I'm gonna do is first, because clearly the narrow nature of this face, and that's very difficult, by the way, what I just said, like holding those 3 layers of perspective. So do not be shocked if you find it difficult, because I would be shocked if you found it easy, right? Then again, I'm just average to below average, so perhaps many things that I do. Fucking, I need to like rotate this damn pen to find the angle where the ink actually flows. What is this shit, bro? Pentaru brush sign pen artist to Pentaru? Come on. Come on. Oh yeah, everything I use is linked in the description, by the way. I guess as a hashtag YouTuber, I do have to let you guys know that, right? Everything link in description. And by the way, I know the description says I'm Amazon affiliated because nobody actually bought. You fuckers, this is back when I had like 100 subs. So people were only clicking on the links, but nobody was buying anything, right? Obviously makes sense. It's just like a numbers game and percentages and likelihood and all that shit. But nobody fucking clicked anything. So for 6 months straight, so I lost, oh no, for 3 months straight, I believe. No, 6 months, because it's 6 months they give you that chance, right? And I lost it. I literally lost the fucking affiliation, but I'm keeping it there for the time being, like that description, because I'll probably do it again at one point. But yeah, it was just funny to me. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, I actually completely fucking lost. It was just funny. But yeah, I'm not making billions, and there's no Amazon affiliation occurring at this point in time. But while I'm talking, by the way, I am drawing. I just like to keep reminding people of that, right? That's a skill. So while I'm talking, I am drawing. Right, let's see. This is, angle is again very subtle. It's more like, it's like this. Right, and it's slightly larger. Yeah, slightly. See, I fucked that line up, but it's slightly larger because this is where the center line is. So we don't really see, yeah, we don't see the other side of the face at all. I don't know if you guys could hear like those banging or whatever like that. I live in the basement, so there's always like thudding and shit going on because my parents are just opening and closing doors. And my fucking luck is the fact that for some reason sound travels very easily in this house. And like it fucking reverberates, like it shakes and reverberates. That center line is actually a bit off. It should be a little bit more to our right? But it reverberates fucking drastically inside, like all throughout the house. So because I live in the basement, when they walk, when you're upstairs, it literally like, it just sounds like normal walking. Well, as normal as a fucking, see, like douche 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 douche. It's all just Holy fuck! What are these guys doing? But imagine when you're trying to sleep in the morning and you keep hearing that because everybody wakes up 4 hours before you. It's so fucked, bro. I changed my sleep schedule to accommodate my parents because my mom has this really, since I was a kid, basically, this habit of constantly checking the doors to make sure everything's locked. Like, no, I'm recording, goodbye. Huh? Oh, god damn it. Okay, yeah, it's in the box, go take it. Just don't talk, okay? Because I'm recording. Anyways, cameo from my sister. She's silently walking behind me as I draw, right? Again, another skill to completely ignore her, as I always have done my entire life, and to focus on my drawing, right? I think this is diverging. Goodbye, sister. Enjoy your trip. Yes, and don't forget the controllers. Yeah, don't forget the controllers. They're right there. What are you confused by, bro? This is what I mean. You know, when your sibling is retarded, like the communication is very difficult, right? I'm sure she has many things she wants to say to me right now, but for the sake of not wanting to have her voice heard on my channel, she's staying quiet. Truly a warrior of all time. And she's also in a rush, so I'm pretty sure she's gonna message me that I'm a disrespectful piece of shit in about 10-15 minutes, right when she's in the car, nice and comfortable. But yeah, we are practicing drawing from imagination. This is hard because my focus is getting absolutely fucked because somebody just walked in, right? So that's also a skill. You have to pretend like everything is okay. And I'm just drawing and whoopty-doopty-doopty while somebody's behind you making noises, right? Maybe I'll message her. She's a disrespectful piece of shit. Anyways, have a good one. She gave me a dirty look. Oh shit, I didn't set up the switch. She's definitely not gonna be happy with me. But you see how loud all that shit is? But yeah, it's okay. It's okay. She's gone now. But she's my older sister, so that should, if you're a younger brother and you have an older sister, that should already tell you a lot in terms of how much shit I'm gonna be getting for just being a snarky cunt, right? But hey, that's just part of life. That's just part of life. You know, I can guarantee she's gonna be like, you should have set it up, because she wanted the Switch because she's going on a trip, and like she's going on a vacation, and she was asking if she could take it to obviously like play and shit with her, right? Like play games and all that stuff with her boyfriend. But I said yes, but what I didn't account for was, this is actually probably the most accurate angle I've drawn thus far, so this is pretty fucking good. I said yes, but what I didn't account for was the fact that I should have set it up prior. I was too focused on these drawings. So art can ruin your relationships. Never forget that, right? Art 100% can ruin your relationships. I mean, I deserve it if she calls me like fucking annoying or whatever, or she says like, bro, come on, like what the fuck. But my sister also gets stressed by everything, literally everything. So you can't win all. You can't win it all. Hashtag Viggy opens up about his family life, but let's see. This guy's eyes are like basically closed, but again, like he's like stoner eyes. But either way, yeah, like his other eye's basically closed. But again, we're gonna keep it open because fuck having to draw closed eyelids right now. Am I right? We run away from doing difficult things. On this channel, we don't do things that are good for us. But anyways, yeah, and again, while all that was happening, I was doing my best to hold the box and the sphere and the center lines. I really need to keep working on the center lines because I've definitely gotten pretty fucking good at the box and the sphere now. So those two layers of perspective that I'm projecting outward, I've definitely gotten pretty fucking good at that. So I just need to really, I wouldn't say pretty fucking good, but like I've gotten better, which is good, right? Which is definitely good in the grand scheme of things, right? So now the main thing is just to constantly be thinking about the center lines as much as I can, of course, while holding everything else. These lips are still pretty fucking shit. His lips are very downturned, actually. It's like this. Yeah, there you go. See? But anyways, now I really want to obviously hold that projection, because after you draw the box, like, oh yes, I can see the box, but can I actually see this box? Not to the degree that I want to, but this is the difficult part, right? I think after this hour of drawing, I'm probably going to rest for a bit, probably like do my laundry. I don't know why I mentioned that. I guess I'm just thinking out loud. But is this recording? Okay, it is recording. I almost lost my shit. I thought it said 0000. It's recording. That would have been fucking, that would have been bad. But anyways, let me sip on my cold coffee. Oh yeah. Oh, there you go. That's better. But now I really need to hold this box in my mind. Like, this is definitely okay. So this is the difficult part, right? This is what actually, you see how like now this is actually accurate to the reference. You see how when like I the front plane, like the facial plane, right? The front of the fucking goddamn face plane. Cannot think or speak. That was way too wide, right? We could see too much of it. Like this is 10 times more accurate, right? So now, and you can see like how I kept making that mistake, and even these, like this is why I love this angle. It's so difficult because not only do I have to have this really difficult bottom angle that I have to keep getting down, and this is actually pretty off too, right? Like this isn't the best. Like it's definitely better for sure, but it's not the best. But you can see like this is literally the curvature of the sphere, right? Like the frontal plane, or sorry, the center line, the horizontal center line, and then this is the vertical center line, something like this. And you see how like we're barely seeing the other side, and we're seeing mostly all of this, right? All of this, what is for us like the right side, right? So, and it's tilted, of course, right? So, hold up. Gonna keep sipping on them orphan tears. Ah, classic. Anyways, I think I made his ears too far back, but whatever. It's not the point. The point is to visualize this and to actually accurately, of course, but accurately see it is what I meant to say, right? And this is why I'm ghosting. I'm ghosting, and then I'm not gonna ghost. I'm gonna try to really visualize it, right? Because visualizing this is gonna be the most important part. And that's why like I do both. Like I do the ghosting to reinforce the visualization, and then I don't ghost in order to... Oh god, I really got a burp, man. There you go, beautiful. And literally, my burps really do sound like fucking uncomfortable diarrhea sharks, right? But they feel amazing to let out, so that's a positive. But okay, so the difficult part of this is like, yeah, narrow facial plane, a huge like the bottom perspective, really subtle bottom perspective, right? And because I've never actually drawn in this perspective before, whatever I do on the other side, I gotta foreshorten quite a bit, right? I gotta foreshorten quite a bit, so I really gotta think about that as well, right? So for this one, I don't even know if I can draw anything. It's like not that I want to draw anything complicated, but I actually, one thing I was telling myself, because I took a break from drawing from the previous video was only like 40 minutes ago for me, like for heads up, right? So it's the same day for me still. And one thing I'm really trying to think about right now is, and I was telling myself while I was taking a nice piss and I was looking at some more helmet designs, right? It's just like, okay, I need a, clearly because my shapes are getting samey, and I don't really understand, like, and I'm not having distinct clear shapes. So what I need to, and there's a million things I will always need to focus on, and again, while I'm talking, I'm thinking, right? I'm still drawing in my mind, right? I'm visualizing, but I need to probably limit to 2 to 3 large shapes, right? And then manipulate those shapes. And yes, I've said this before multiple times, I'm sure, right? And yes, like there's like all these other things that I'm thinking about with design, but I genuinely got to work on the simplicity of it all, because simplicity is what breeds complexity, right? When you can do the simple things is when you can do the complicated things, right? Like to layer on top of it. You know, I can do this because of, and yeah, it's relatively complex, but that's because I was trying to think simple, but I still think this is too complex, right? So I need to think even more simple. And again, with those simple shapes, I can hopefully start working towards having some clear design language, right? So maybe just for the time being, and again, like this has to be super foreshortened, right? Because this is actually my angle. So let me think right now. Okay, I believe at least something has been thought of. So let me do something like, okay, well that was already a mistake because that's angled, and you see, like my brain can't do this angle. This angle is so difficult, right? Like this angle, it keeps wanting to make it more drastic. So thankfully, because this line is so fucking light and this pen is so shite, bars, Pentel, please sponsor me, but I could just change it and it won't make a difference, right? There you go, we can make it more accurate. But I really need to think about, there you go. Well, I was already thinking about something else, but I think this is still pretty decent. Where I can, let's see. it's a lot better for sure in terms of foreshortening, but this needs to be foreshortened drastically. There you go. Now we got in the planes a little bit better, right? Foreshorten it drastically. Now, of course, this is still very difficult, right? Because I'm going to do something like this to make this shape I guess a little bit more meaningful, right? Some sort of cutout, some sort of something. And again, like while I'm adding little manipulations possibly to these larger shapes and, you know, leaving gaps for cutouts and all that stuff, I'm still thinking as much as I can about the overall, the large shapes on top of the box, on the large shapes that exist on top of the sphere, which is comprised inside of a box, which is following center lines, vertical and horizontal, right? So it's extremely difficult. Right, so that's the main thing for me. I'm just trying to think how condensed this would be. So again, this facial plane, this is basically it, right? I already kind of made it fucked up in general. Like I already fucked it up a little bit, but oof. Oh, this is so fucking difficult. I love this, man. I love this so much. I genuinely love how difficult this is. And you can see, like, I'm kind of going back and forth, touching lines. Like, that's another bad habit that I need to fix. Right? It's like, don't make a mark unless you know that you are going to make a mark, right? So I struggle with line confidence all the time. All the time I struggle with line confidence, right? So now, again, I got to think about the big shapes, right? What are the big shapes that I want to have, you know? And my mind really wants to think about, like, adding things here, but I need to think about the overall silhouette of this shape, because clearly silhouette is really important too. So while I'm not doing anything, I really am thinking as much as possible, and that's what I keep trying. I'm gonna keep trying to get across. Is like I'm thinking and I'm calculating, and literally 50% of the time while I'm thinking and calculating, nothing is actually occurring, right? The attempt is occurring, but like nothing is actually being produced in my mind either, right? So it's not just what's on the page. Like even the attempts to think and calculate in my mind are constantly errors. Like they're constantly not occurring. So I just gotta slowly figure it out. Right, so do I want... So I said two shapes is what I would do. So, you know what, with that in mind... Let's see, now I just gotta think about a silhouette that would be relatively interesting. For me, right? Whether I know what interesting means or not. Like, at least a silhouette that I can be like, okay, that's not bad. Let's see... Let's see. So we got something like this. We could try something like this, but... Well, I mean, that's a challenge. I was about to say, but that would be very difficult. That's good. See, like, even from... I say even for me, not as if I'm some bastion of somebody who works hard or whatever, but I'm saying, like, clearly with all the talk I say about wanting to do things that are difficult, I still shy away from things that are difficult naturally, because that's just, like... That's just human nature, possibly, right? Like, avoiding discomfort is very natural, but chasing discomfort is a skill that we can train as well, right? So, I'm just trying to think something that would make sense. Okay, so maybe something like this. Dude, I really wish this pen wasn't so fucking annoying. Like, what is this? What the fuck, Pentel? Seriously, what the fuck, Pentel? God damn it, I have to go through and try using these other pens that... Oh yeah, see, like now this is working for a little bit, and then it's gonna stop working again, because that's just... Like, seriously, what is up with these Pentel pens, bro? And that's the worst part, is I fucking love Pentel too. So, like, I don't know why they're dicking me around like this. There you go. That's some pretty decent foreshortening, I think. Is it perfect? Probably not. There's probably a million issues that I'm gonna see arise after I slowly start making things make sense. But for the time being, let's see, we could... do something like this. There you go. I still think that's not foreshortened enough on the other side, for sure. Like, I still think there's way more that could be done. But for the time being, this is not a bad silhouette and not a bad shape either. Now I just gotta figure out what I want to do. regarding I guess like the bottom part. Let's see. Right. I do wanna, like, we should definitely complete the silhouette. Perhaps that's really important. And I say perhaps because I don't know, but perhaps completing the silhouette is very important, right? Like it could be. It could be very important. So, trying to think. Okay, see, like I'm already losing the perspective quite a bit. But if I were to try to think about it, I guess more pragmatically. Let's see. Maybe. Okay, so that could definitely go along the perspective. See, like this pen's already going to shit, so it's like a fucking one and done at this point. And then that will obviously just follow the contour there. Right, and then what are we doing? Still trying to see the perspective, but I could do something like this, which will result in maybe something occurring. So let's try something like that, right? And when I say something occurring, I just mean like something that could occur for me to ideate on. Right? And who knows? Let's see, I could see that this pen's going to shit as well. Oh my god. Well, I'm still trying to fucking really think about the box and the sphere and the center lines and all that stuff. Right? Genuinely really trying to think about all that. But I guess I'll just stick with this shitty pen that's supposed to be completely fucking new, which is the confusing part. But okay, like I see, so I'm really struggling with trying to figure out how to finish this silhouette. So let me just center this, and then okay, I could do something like this maybe. Right, just something that confirms the center. Although, dude, what is happening? Seriously, what is happening? Like, god damn it, see, like, let me just... This is supposed to be a new pen, isn't it? I thought this was the fucking new... Dude, what? I'm so confused. This is supposed to be a new pen. Okay, now I guess that got some ink flow out. Did I just get a bunk batch? Right, is that what happened? Did I just get a fucking shit batch? Okay, so we brought something out like this. And we could have this go back, right? But I want it to be angled in an interesting manner. So we could do something maybe where it's like that, right? And then there's let's see, there's another sphere or cylinder perhaps, right? And this is, I don't know, some sort of fucking three-dimensional bullshit. Who fucking knows? But what are we doing with this? Because I still want this shape to be relatively large. And I really want to complete the silhouette, so... There you go, maybe something like that. And again, we have to keep in mind that that is converging quite drastically, and hopefully this is a little bit better than before. It is a little bit better. And you know what, just to fucking... Like, really, let's just complete this. Right, I'll figure out the details afterwards, but I am gonna complete this now. Fuck this. I don't want to let the same mistake as last time happen again. right? Even though it's already happened a little bit, because that's still way too large. Like you can see that's still way too large compared to what I did here. Yeah, still way too fucking large. But now I have the opportunity to kind of problem solve this shape, right? Problem solve this shape. So let's see, something like, well, we could add some rounding first. That's coming out this way, right? We'll add some projection for the shape. And it's not bad. I don't think this is anything horrendous, but definitely trying to figure it all out. So we got some projection. This is still like a large shape. And then what? Well, this is the sphere that it's based off of, clearly, right? I ended up lowering this because obviously my fucking perspective is still pretty mediocre. But yeah, like, see, this is the big problem. You see, like, all this extra space that I have here, that ends up becoming the big problem. Because it wasn't supposed to, like, I calculated, everything was going pretty decently, but then I made this way too large. So that's a good mistake. Like, again, I'm having trouble with that, right? So that's a good mistake. But in terms of connecting things, right, this doesn't really look like anything that has anything going for it, to be honest. Unless I do something like this, maybe. Like, this is actually something that's it's embedded in. Right, we'll have to really try to figure this out. Something like this. Right. Oh, and then maybe, oh, okay, maybe that can be connected like so, right? See, again, like, it's just perspective-wise, it's super off. But who knows? Who knows? I know my commentary isn't the best right now, but either way, like, as you can see, I'm turning this into something that was added on onto this sort of plane, the shape, right? It was added on, and now we're just trying to figure out how we can make these things connect a little bit better, right? That was added on, and then what can be done here? I can maybe have this be something that was like actually jutting out. So that's coming through. Wait, that's coming through there. So this is gonna be coming through here. Yeah, see, I really fucked the perspective up. I genuinely fucked the perspective up. Yeah, I really fucked it up. But it's okay, it's okay. We'll leave it as it is, right? I lost the box completely, by the way. And the perspective's still off. Yeah, the perspective is still very off. Yeah, the perspective is extremely off, actually. This should be much lower. See, so I struggle with this a lot, right? And now I do got to think about, and like, because I chose this angle, we got to think like, okay, how is this going to connect to whatever's happening to the sphere in the back, right? If we're going to say that this is the sphere, right? It's supposed to come all the way back there. Oof, man, I really fucked this up. It's amazing. I literally couldn't think of anything properly. Look at that. I still ended up doing it in this fucking angle. Look at that. Holy shit. Even though I tried so hard, I still ended up doing it in that angle. I mean, this is not... Actually, no, that is more accurate, but still. Now I just gotta problem solve. Okay, well, wait, I said I wanted two shapes, right? Two big shapes. But am I even gonna make those shapes make sense now? Right, is that even gonna be something that I can do? Let's just add little surfacing lines, right? Or little detailing lines, right? Ooh, maybe something like this, actually. That could make it seem as if it's actually cut out. Right? Something like that. And who knows? Let's see. This could still work, maybe. I just gotta be very careful with what I do here. Let's see what shape I can use that will hopefully still make this make sense. So I want another large shape, so maybe I'll do something like this. I'm really trying to think about See, like this left side fucked everything up. Because that's why you see like this is so condensed, but because I fucked up the left side in terms of this shape and I didn't condense it enough, now everything is just looking way more like this in terms of we see way more of the front side of the face. So clearly I need to think about the perspective a little bit more, like the foreshortening a little bit more, right? I can try to fix it here, right? Make it a little bit tinier. And then this is obviously, hopefully gonna have a lot more space. Still fuck this up quite a bit, which is fine. Like, don't like, please do not think that I believe the mess up is a bad thing, right? It's definitely the best thing that could be happening to me right now. Oof, but this is the sphere, right? So this right here is the sphere, like this, and then everything else is just kind of additive to that. So I just got to make sure that I don't lose the perspective too much whilst I try to at least make sense of everything. Let's see, so I could maybe... Okay, see, like, I'm noodling. You can see my lines are extremely unconfident, but I am definitely... Okay, at least this is getting a bit better in terms of the fucking... At least the line, the ink is not fucking me over anymore. Oh, that's so difficult, bro. That's so difficult. I know this is, like, super unnecessarily complicated, and it's definitely fucking with everything, but... Let's see. So I want to wrap it around, but I also want the perspective to be very clear, so... Could do something like this, and you don't really see it on the other side. No, yeah, we don't see it on the other side. At least I believe we don't. There you go, something like that, right? We can just bring it around town. So something like this. This will... And I'll actually add, I guess, a little bit of detail, right? I guess you could just call this, these are like wrapped cylinders, almost. Right, they're like tube, it's like tubing. Oh, see, that line was a complete fuck up. You can see it's way too thick. And then we can multiple round it. And then cut it off. Like so, right? And this will obviously inform the perspective. There you go, see? There you go. And that already looks way more logistical. Hopefully. That looks pretty fucking cool. Oh my god. Right, and then we can just have this. And again, like, you can see the lack of confidence with my lines. Like, I'm not even sure if, like, am I doing this right? Am I not doing this right? I'm very calm now, obviously, because I've been using my brain so much for the last drawing session and this one that, like, I can't help but be calm. You know what I mean? But again, like, slowly but surely, you can see the face is slightly getting more tilted, and we're still retaining that perspective, which is good. But it's extremely difficult, right? Like, fucking astronomically difficult to ensure this is all correct. And like, yeah, it's not that correct. It's directionally correct, which is really all the correctness we need, to be honest. Right, you don't need to be perfectly correct. Okay, like, see, I really need to make this. Okay, like the perspective's already a little bit off, so I definitely need to make this 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, like, it definitely needs to be diverging a lot more. Or sorry, not diverging, but getting a lot smaller. Even with this, and then something like that, and then we'll just have this come around There. Yeah, I see, like, it's way too much. It's way too much. I fucked it up again. Did I even make... This doesn't even make sense. Right. Again, trying to make sure it still makes a little bit of sense, but... It's... Okay, and then that's coming out. And we're not going to see all those angles. We're not seeing all those angles. Right, but oh man, see, I fucked that up. That's... I mean, I don't feel bad, trust me. I actually don't feel bad, but I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, what is the mistake that occurred, right? Because, like, again, this is supposed to be very compact, and I fucked up a perspective a lot here. So I clearly struggle with the other side, right? Like, this is not jutting out nearly as much as I made this jut out. So this is definitely more of a subtle angle, like this. Like that. But even then, we should not be seeing nowhere near as much as what we have been seeing. But slowly but surely, okay, slowly but surely I'm starting to understand the logic behind it, at least. Right, and it's getting better. This is now in this thing's perspective. Almost, actually, because I still fucked up this, right? I still fucked this up. I still fucked a lot of these up. Like, this is actually supposed to be a larger, I guess. Okay, lots of mistakes were made. We're just, but it's getting better. So I'm gonna keep fucking doing this perspective until I really, really visualize, because this is gonna teach me foreshortening. For sure, bars. Anyways, oh god, I keep, dude, what? Did I hit the fucking? I swear the camera's always shaking. But anyways, okay, let me rest my brain. That was really fun. That was really fun, and I'm gonna obviously work my brain really hard again, right? But let me rest my brain first. I encourage you to rest your brain as well, and then let's keep trying to envision this. And I was definitely envisioning the box and the sphere and the center lines, like, you know, what is the word I'm looking for? I was envisioning them. I was projecting those three layers of perspective, intermittently and in conjunction, like, and cycling them at least 40% of the time. I would say at least like 30 to 40%, which is much more confidence than me saying at most, right? I'm saying at least now, so that's huge difference. But yeah, let me rest my brain. And yeah, like, huge perspective issues over here, but the good thing is I can recognize that, and I can recognize that I'm not calculating the angles as well as I would like, but gonna keep trying. I feel as if slowly but surely it's gonna teach me foreshortening a lot better, right? And obviously just looking at examples and stuff. But anyways, let me rest my brain. I'll be right back. I encourage you to do so as well. But yeah, I hope like when it's a bit easier to tell what I said when I made what I was trying to do is two large shapes. Like, initially this was supposed to be the first large shape, and then something here was supposed to be the second one. But then this ended up becoming the large shape, and now this is kind of something that's just like an additive to that, or like embedded in that. Another thing that doesn't really make sense here is just how like, yeah, I really fucked this up, because, like, again, back here it doesn't make any sense, right? But I could make this shape right here its own thing, I'd like to think, but I'm not going to touch it because I don't want to mess with anything right now. Not because, like, it's going to get messed up, but because I want to be able to think about the perspective correctly. And if I'm going to do that, I might as well just start on a new box, right? So let's get back to it. Again, this is pretty fucking accurate now, right? So let's keep visualizing. And keep making mistakes is the most important thing. Like, keep visualizing, and not, again, it's never, guys, and girls, you know, 20% female audience apparently. Fucking, I don't know what the fuck you guys are doing listening to me, right? Is this personality really something that interests women when it comes to art? I was under the impression that my audience would be largely male because, I swear I'm abrasive. I have, like, boy potty humor, right? All that shit. And, you know, the female side of anyways, the female side, fucking stuttering aside. Anyways, bro, what the fuck am I saying? But the female side of art YouTube is very friendly, very kind, very polite, very encouraging, right? Very, everything I'm the opposite of. Right? The female side of art YouTube, and like I watch a decent amount of women art YouTubers, right? Because like a lot of women I've noticed just in terms of art are a lot more into painting. Like my girlfriend too. Like she doesn't care about draftsmanship in like the fucking Peter Hahn sense, right? Not that there aren't a lot of great women draftsmen, right? What's her name? Not TV Choi, not Elisa Ivanova, not Sori Kim. There's another one. Evine L. Kirk, Devine L. Kirk, Devine something, like she draws a lot of dragons. I'm sorry if I don't remember. Actually, I can't really apologize for something that I can't be responsible for, which is not remembering. I'm just trying, but that's how I remove myself from all accountability. But what's it called? This is pretty subtle still, but there you go. That's not bad. And again, like if I made this that large, then obviously I have to make sure that the corresponding plane over here is equally as large, because now this is clearly just a larger box than this, right? And it's good, like practicing large scale drawing. But yeah, I think it's Devine L. Kurt, right? She has like a bunch of books. She's known for like really whimsical fantasy drawings, dragon drawings, really cute dragons, right? Not that like the dragons aren't well designed, but it's like more cutesy side, right? But either way, yeah, like I've noticed like a lot of women are more into painting, completely like unrelated to whatever the fuck I've been saying. But yeah, all I'm trying to say is like the woman's side of art YouTube is very friendly and kind, and I am not that. So I'm just surprised that there's an audience, I guess, for my bullshit. Right, because it's all like, hey guys, today we're gonna just, we're gonna be happy and positive. Like Jess Carp, right? Like Jess Carp is an incredible artist. And her comments are hilarious because there's people being like, thank you, positive affirmations, oh my god, thank you so much. Like I feel like I can do it and all that shit. And I'm like, this is incredible. Everybody's such a supporting, welcome community. But the thing is, there's enough of that on art YouTube. Even the guys are all like, hey guys, today we are super clean, super friendly, super fucking twiddling our thumbs up our butthole, right? Like, it's fucking, some people don't even wipe, which is hilarious, or hilariously disgusting. But again, line confidence, line quality, you can see like it's subpar, because even when I'm going over my previously established lines, I don't have the consistent motor skills. I know I say drawing is thinking a lot, but the motor skill is still a huge part of it, right? To make sure it's as clean. And see, these are all huge mistakes I'm making. You can't really, maybe you don't understand, but like just these slight divergences in my lines, the slight increases in thickness, which is not what I want. I want them to be consistently thin, consistently exactly the path that I envision, right? Like that is what it is. But anyways, yeah, like the reason when I decided on making this YouTube channel, that I told myself that I'm not gonna fucking not say fucking, right? I'm not gonna not swear, I'm just gonna be myself, is because I feel as if, and that's diverging, this is definitely diverging, but I feel as if there's enough squeaky clean personalities on YouTube. Right, we have enough cunts, and I don't mean that in a derogatory way. I mean that purely in terms of a descriptive way, right? Like, that cunt over there. But yeah, we have enough fuckers who are super happy and super like, hey guys, positivity, right? So I was like, I must be contrarian. I must be the opposite of that. Therefore, people will find it endearing, and they'll be like, oh, finally somebody real on this platform, and therefore they will give me money. Meanwhile, it's all a scheme. This isn't even my real personality. I'm not even brown. I'm actually white. I've been fucking lathering myself in shit for the entire last 3 years, right? So, it was a difficult challenge, but, what do I always say? What do I always say? Focus on the effort, focus on the errors, right? And God, were there errors, right? Fucking having poo-poo in my mouth for the last, 3 months, specifically, because, that's where compounding growth and the compound effect really took place, right? Where I literally just started waking up brown, and I was like, holy fuck. Right? It's like One Punch Man, you do so many push-ups that you go bald. Well, I lathered myself in so much shit that I became brown, right? Don't worry, in order to become white again, I will lather myself in cum, right? And if I feel like entering the East Asian threshold, then perhaps piss is the next alternative. But either way, isn't that the beauty of life? You can literally be whoever you want to be. I think I've said that multiple times. You can literally be whoever you want to be, right? So right now, I am Poo Poo Man, and perhaps I will revert back to Jizz Man, right? Although that doesn't flow off the tongue as well, right? But Jizz technically does flow off the tongue very well, right? So, you learn something new every day. But either way, right? Yeah, like there's enough of the cutesy side of YouTube and art YouTube, right? So I was like, okay, how can I distinguish myself, right? Apart from already being so articulate and distinguished as I am, right? Evidenced by the last 10 minutes of my conversations to myself. But the main thing I realized, like, okay, well, just be yourself. just be your fucking self, right? And people will either dislike it, which is a fact, right? You can't please everybody, so people are gonna dislike me. I mean, again, like when I did that stream with Broken Draw, and he had to take it down because he's like, "Fuck, man, you swear a lot," and and he started swearing too, and he's like, "I can't have that on my personal brand." I'm like, "No, that's completely reasonable, completely fine. Honestly, makes a lot of sense, right?" But I've talked about that before, right? I think it was like the early portrait drawing videos. The top thumbnail is literally like Broken Draw and yeah, Broken Draw and I have broken up and cried. Watch the video for the full tea, and it's just me talking about the fact that like he's sick, he's nice, he's great, really awesome, friendly dude, right? Um, but he was just like, we just gotta stream on your channel. I'm like, that's fine, because he doesn't want to swear because he teaches kids and like kids watch his channel, all that shit. And it's like, he is trying to make YouTube a thing for himself, right? And he's already established like his branding, his business, he's getting sponsorships, right? Like, you have to think about it from his perspective. Is he willing to sacrifice all of that because he just dicked around with some random YouTuber, i.e. me, right? Like some artist that he's like, hey, like, yeah, let's stream together. No, the answer is fuck no. If you have a goddamn half a brain cell, you're not risking all of that for some random dickhead, right? But the point I'm trying to make is like, people already dislike me, and it's amazing because if you're not disliked, then you're doing something wrong. That just means you're a fucking piece of paper and everybody's like, oh yeah, he's all right, but or she's all right, but nobody has an actual opinion of you. You're just whatever, right? That's just my understanding of things. I could be completely wrong, but I feel as if just being yourself and having people dislike you is better than just not being yourself and having everybody not even have an opinion of you apart from, oh yeah, they're okay, right? Like, that's just what I think. But either way, what I'm trying to say is people already dislike me because somebody actually, when he had that VOD up for his live stream that we did together, right? And that was a horrible live stream too because I was fucking sleep deprived as all fucking hell. Like, I was extremely sleep deprived. I had like 4 hours of sleep, so I couldn't even draw. So like, even when he was drawing and he was also very sleep deprived, but you have to remember there's a gap between our skills, right? So he can be sleep deprived and still output something that looks very decent. Well, I need and again, because I'm average, right? I'm average to below average. So I need my sleep, I need my brain to be like active, right? I keep drawing this guy's lips really wrong, but again, I don't need to understand the form right now, so it's fine. These are just placeholders. But definitely this perspective was more correct. So actually, was it? I feel as if like I'm definitely in the right direction, right? Like the trajectory of what I'm understanding for this guy's face is more correct. But I think this one, his face is not angled as much as it should be. Maybe, we'll see. Overall, like, still understanding pretty decently well. But yeah, no, somebody commented on that VOD, being like, because I literally started it, and I've said this before, I've talked about this before, it's just funny to me. I literally started it being like, alright, so no R word, no C word, right? Retarded and cunt, obviously. And Tyrion's like, no, we don't do that here. And I'm like, okay, funny. Like, yeah, like, we were just joking because he already knows how I am. He literally, like, we talked for hours before that. That was the first time we talked properly, like, via, online Discord, just chatting, actually getting to know each other. It's fucking, I'm so happy for him. I'm so happy of all the success he's achieved, like, and the success that he'll continue to achieve. Like, fucking dude, good for him, man. He's been working hard, and he deserves it because he's put in the hard work to get better, to actively. He's a great teacher. I'm not that great of a teacher. I am trying to teach, and I'm trying to explain like what I'm thinking of, but you guys all know I have a tendency to ramble, lose track, like, and obviously while I'm trying to teach while I'm drawing, so my skills that I'm building are like long terms, like try to be an articulate teacher that explains things fluently, correctly, and within the right order, while also drawing and thinking at the same time, right? Even Kim Jong-il has didn't do it to that extent. I mean, he was a fucking, like, he was next level and top tier, but even when he was drawing, he would be a bit quiet. I'm literally building the skill of shooting the shit, talking, and thinking about so many different levels of spatial reasoning while talking. Like I'm doing right now. So, and also trying to like design shapes on top of that and all that shit, right? So, the point I'm trying to make is good for Tyrion. I'm really happy for him. But yes, dude, I haven't even gotten to the fucking point yet. But somebody commented on that VOD being like, R word, sir. They're like R word, sir. This is an art channel, and then I think they said ick or something. You can tell it doesn't affect me at all because I've completely memorized the comment and the context as well as the follow-ups. But no, they just made edit being. Hey man, I don't get hate often, so I do pay attention to it. I think that's reasonable, right? You remember those things, and because I'm actually proud of this, I genuinely do remember it, right? But Okay, so I keep doing angles and shit, and the only reason I do diagonals to establish these perspectives is because A, it helps me practice calculating angles, right? Diagonals, and what I mean by this is by the way, like this is this angle, right? Like this for the bottom plane, like this is what's being calculated. So when I'm doing a diagonal, right, I have to calculate like, okay, this is the center line, this is like the fucking, these are all the center lines, and then like if I want a diagonal here, it has to cross between this, it has to cross between this as well evenly. See, that's a bit wrong too, and then it goes out, and that's the diagonal, and then like there you go, now we have the perspective, and this is a diagonal in perspective, right? Like, or a shape with a diagonal manipulation in perspective. But all those are the calculations that's occurring in my mind, by the way. It's a lot more intuitive now, but I'm thinking about that and trying to make sure that it's correct, right? So yeah, like that's why I like to start with diagonals, just a heads up. I know it's repetitive, I know it's boring, I know it's mundane. Boring not in the sense that like it's boring as in like I don't want to do it. I'm saying boring in the sense that it's not stimulating, right? It's something I've done hundreds of times before. So I'm trying to break out of that. That's what I define as boring. Not something as something that I don't want to do, but something that I've done too many times. Because that is actually what boredom is, right? In my opinion, is like boredom is when you've done something too much, right? If something is boring, that means you can do it or you don't care for it. But people who say drawing is like drawing boxes and cylinders is boring, you're just fucking lying to yourself, because you know those are things that you must do, and you know those are things that are difficult. I don't know why I'm emphasizing those are things that are difficult, but you don't want to do it because they're difficult. It's not boring, it's stimulating. But I keep making that point, and I'll continue making that point hundreds of times throughout the span of my life in this channel, which is basically my life at this point, right, in terms of like documenting. But yeah, I'm just trying to think about diagonals and shit. But yeah, like somebody basically said like, oh, they basically made an edit and they're like, oh, it's that Viggy guy, gross, right? Never mind, that guy is a blithering idiot. And I was like, holy shit, I'm a blithering idiot? I'm getting haters? And then somebody actually, and then I made a comment as well, being like, oh, people don't like me. I'm like, well, either way, a good stream, right? Somebody replied to me, they're like, nah, bro, you're good. Like you were spitting a lot of wisdom and facts. And I'm like, there you go. Hashtag one Viggy famming dick riders. That's all I need to shield my ego from not the hashtag haters, just the haters. Haters don't deserve hashtags, right? Not yet, anyways. Not until you've converted to a hashtag Viggy famming hater. If you identify as that, then yeah, go ahead, right? I'll give you a badge on my Discord when I have it up. But okay, see, I was about to do this exact thing again, but I need to think outside the box. Literally, but no, literally not. Actually, I need to think inside the box. I need to think inside the box with all the calculations. See, it's already been 52 minutes and I'm struggling quite a bit to come up with a design. So again, two large shapes, right? And these shapes can be anything. So that is the intimidating part of it all, is like they literally can be anything. So again, I need to definitely do more convergence, and I need to think about the center lines a lot more. Oof, this is really hurting my brain. But that's the good part, right? That is the part that needs to be done. That is the part that needs to be hurt. So we could start something different, actually. I want to do something different this time. Let's do something like this. Okay, let me move this over here, because I do have a tendency to miscalculate my spaces. Okay, we'll start with something like this. There you go. And maybe you don't understand what the fuck I'm doing, but you don't need to. You don't need to understand. You just need to watch the magic. Right? You just need to watch the magic as I continue to fuck up these lines. Okay, and now we can do something like, again, something like this. See, I already fucked that up in terms of foreshortening, but perhaps this. There you go, that will make it a lot better. Not a lot better, but it will make it a little bit better. And these are all mistakes, and when I make these mistakes, I feel really good. But yeah, basically that person said Viggy is gross, he's a blithering idiot. I'm like, damn, bro, I try my best to fucking not be an idiot, and people still think I'm an idiot? I must be doing something right. Right? So, it felt good. It felt bad at first, but then I just took in like, oh wait, I don't care, right? And yeah, this is me, I guess, being honest and truthful about the hashtag. I need to stop saying hashtag, it's fucking annoying me at this point. But this is just like me being honest and truthful about my my experience as someone who's entering this whole content creator game. Like I try to be as open as possible, right? If not prolapsed anus, then a heart willing to accept, right? Openness in many forms, but I am trying to like be truthful about what I think and like how I find this whole art situation to be, and like what I'm always thinking about, not just when it comes to drawing, which right now is the box, the sphere inside the box, and the center lines inside the sphere inside the box, right? But also just in terms of, yeah, also just in terms of, let's see, like how I feel and how I've been feeling, and like my opinions on what, like, just be truthful about the fact that like it's, by the way, I can't fucking think right now, so just give me a goddamn second. But just, I'm basically trying to be truthful about like who I am as a person, right? Like kind of like I am human, right? Like I stutter all the time, clearly. I'm a bit retarded, please have mercy. But, and I'm trying to calculate. Okay, so this is the most important part right here. So I need a fucking, there you go. That's how we do it, right? Okay, so I calculated this outward, and because it's curving inward, right? Like, okay, thinking about that in mind, this is projecting outwards, this is projecting outwards, and then this is projecting downwards. So is it something like this? Oh, fuck me, the fucking pen. Is this something like that? I think this is still pretty off. Bro, come on. Fuck, those lines are goddamn going to shit. Come on, bro, just let me have one thing. I don't know why. Anyways, yeah, I'm trying to be honest. It's like, okay, this guy has clearly, like, I'll try to be as open as possible as I can about, okay, I'm insecure about this thing. I project, you know, on the visualization onto the paper. But like, I will try to be as honest as possible. Be like, yes, this affected me. Yes, here's my strategy to make it not affect me. Like, at least when it comes to content creating, my thoughts, who I am, right? I'll try to be as fucking open as possible. But what am I trying to think about right now? I'm still trying to make this a large shape that's connected to this, right? And this is the other side. So like, okay, that's the shape, right? And we do need this shape to be relatively larger. So I'm just trying to think right now. Give me a second. So that is coming out. Okay, so this is kind of what I wanted for this over here. Something like that. There you go. This does not, see, there you go. I can just connect that because we don't see the other side. And that's important to note, is like we don't see the other side. And that's something I've been struggling with, right? But like, I know I just made like a completely random tangent, being like, guys, I'm opening up. Oh, trust me, I'll be as real as possible. But like, I think that's important. I feel as if in terms of social media, all these content creators, we completely lost authenticity. We completely lost people who are just unafraid of being themselves, right? For better or for worse, you know? And all I want to do is bring that back by being myself, right? I'm not here to do a revitalization of content creation to be like, oh, everybody's fake. Oh, everybody's not, like, nobody's a real one like me. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying it's very clear that people are brands now, right? People are very, and again, like, dude, this is so hard to think about. Like, people are fucking, yeah, people are brands. People are constantly, trying their best to like game the algorithm, people, and there's a lot of fakeness. And this is, I'm not saying this as a content creator, I'm saying this as someone who consumes and has been watching my favorite content creators for years. And like, yeah, because of people like the creatures and shit, I've thought about like, damn, like we don't have people who just dick around and enjoy life or just fuck around with their friends and just joke around. Like everything is too squeaky clean. That's what it feels like to me. Like everything is too squeaky clean. Like it's all just brands and sponsorships and whatever the fuck else, right? It's not, there's no, okay, how do I want to connect this? Yeah, there's just, I just feel as if there's a huge lack of authenticity, and I just don't want to be that person when it comes to my YouTube channel. Simple as the fucking pen. God damn it. See? Like, how many art YouTubers you know who bitch about their pens? Nobody, right? I'm unique. Well, like, subscribe, watch me become great. Retention in the background, whatever the fuck else. That's just what I feel. And again, like while I'm talking, I am drawing, right? I'm really trying to think about these shapes. I feel as if this is going somewhere, and I can definitely make it work, but I need to, oh, goddamn, that shit came from my fucking plums. There's that Will Ferrell movie, I forgot what it's called, but it's like, I can feel it in my plums. That scene, I watched the bloopers for that shit too. Craig Robinson was trying so hard not to laugh. Anyways, but okay, so this we've created. This is okay. So I'm starting to understand, because I didn't even know what form I was creating here for the longest time. I'll be completely honest. So I need to wrap this around, right? And this is gonna, Yeah, this is going to definitely... Okay, we'll just do something like this. So if that's what's happening here, then there you go. Maybe that's what's happening there, and there you go. We don't see any more. It's done. It's done. I'm really trying hard to... And that's already off, by the way. That's already very off, actually. I just took that in, but... Because this, I'll see a little bit more, and then we'll project this outward. Bro, can this pen not fuck me around? Stop fucking me, goddammit. God damn it, it's already been an hour, too. This video is gonna be long. Bruh, come on. Please! Okay, whatever. Next, let's go back to reusing one of these pens for the time being, I guess. Pentaru, but brush sign Pentaru. Why you do this? Wait, Pentaru and my Bentaru, but... Yeah, I mean, like, this wasn't supposed to turn into a conversation about me being like, I'm real, trust me, guys, you can believe in my personality, I'm the realest there is, but I'm not really trying to do that. Right? Genuinely, I'm not trying to do that. All I'm saying is, like, I know there's a... Okay, let's fucking... Yeah, I know there's definitely been a lack of people who just are just normal people on the internet. Right? That's why I like Tyrion a lot. That's why I like Broken Draw a lot. Because he's just a normal guy trying to teach. Right? That's his brand. That's his appeal. I fucking fell for it too. I fell for that shit. Hook, line, and sinker. But that's all I'm trying to say is like we need more normal people on the internet maybe. Right? People who are less afraid to just be themselves. That would fix a lot of problems. I feel, but who knows, maybe I'm the only one that feels this way, right? It's very possible I'm literally the only one who... Okay, no, it's not possible that I'm the only one that feels this way. But I'm saying it's very possible that I'm one of few people that are discontent with the current state of people and just kind of fake personalities on the internet, right? And it's possible. It's possible that this isn't really a common sentiment, but you know, we'll see. If it isn't a common sentiment, then this channel is actually going to be a reflection of that, where I won't have people who really will want to watch me grow or anything. But if it is a common sentiment, then that means that lots of people are going to subscribe and watch my content, right? So, and I know I'm not saying anything particularly interesting right now. Again, I'm thinking about the box, I'm thinking about the sphere inside the box, I'm thinking about the center lines, like I'm thinking about all that shit. And I will say this, like really, really, really good news. It's gotten a lot more intuitive. It's gotten a lot more intuitive to do that. Like a lot more intuitive to do that. Genuinely a lot more intuitive to do that. Like it's crazy. I know I'm not drawing anything super interesting, and I am losing my brain. But this is what I want, right? Like I'm losing my ability to think. I'm losing my ability to ideate. I was originally gonna draw for 3 hours today, but perhaps I'll just draw for 2 because I feel as if when it comes to this extensive thinking, 2 is basically all I can seem to manage. But I'm pretty sure, like, yeah, perspective is still off, but it's a little bit better. I mean, this has to be off. Like, that doesn't make any sense, to be honest. But fuck it, let's just try creating something worthwhile, right? Let's like first establish the center line. That's what I'm doing with this. Let me try explaining what I'm doing. Yeah, so I'm establishing the center line of the plane again with this, right? And I'm obviously still thinking about the ellipse or the sphere, which is still kind of something like this, right? That perfect sphere. Okay, we're definitely doing a lot better at showing this side for sure. It feels as if this we should not be seeing at all, but it is jutting out, right? It is jutting out, so that's something I have to take into account, right? It is just jutting out. And again, like I'm trying my best to see this shit, but okay, so I'm going to create a little cut here to signify that this is actually its own thing. Yeah, see, I definitely fucked up the perspective, but this is still a lot better than the previous one, I'd like to believe. Okay, back to using this other Bentaru now, so... Ruru Remen. But anyways, let's see. But yeah, like, I guess to put a thing on that topic, I don't even know where I was going with half the shit I was saying, to be completely honest. Like, I don't know. But all I'm trying to say is I'll try to be as honest as possible about my thoughts, right? I'll try to convey as much as I can regarding what I'm thinking when I'm drawing. Like right now, I've now like, because I added this cutout here, like this addition, this is now something that is going to likely, and again, we need to really foreshorten it, like so. And this is kind of boring, right? Like just me drawing a straight line. Technically, it's pretty boring, but this is just so like I can understand it for myself. And it feels like, oh, I definitely converged it way too much. So now how can we make up for this, right? Well, we can make up for it by, who knows? Like this is a problem I have to solve now, right? Because I definitely did way too much there. How can I make up for this? Because it's supposed to be this way, right? So I fucked that up. Because now the perspective is going to be changed if I don't make up for this. So how can we... Let's see. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe this is actually what I want to do. Dude, what is with these fucking pens? I'm so... Dude, like, what is actually going on? I don't understand anymore. I actually don't understand anymore. Let me fucking jerk this shit off. Maybe that'll do something. Right, there you go. Okay, and then we could actually have this be something like this, right? A little bit of form blending. And we're not seeing that on this side. Actually, we are apparently. Fuck. God damn it, bro. How'd I fuck this up to such an extent? And, yeah, see? Yeah, so I fucked up the perspective. And I can't seem to think of any other ways to problem solve it. Let's see. Yeah, that was a huge mistake. And my pen fucking me up the butt isn't helping, right? It's not fucking helping. Fuck it, I'm just gonna do it with the goddamn green pen then, if that's the case. Fuck this, bro. Fuck this. I'm tired of this shit. Whatever. This is actually really bad. I might just have to call it here. I can't think of anything. And this is actually the most difficult part of all this. It's like I fucked it up and I can't think of a shape that would... Maybe I can do something like this, actually. Let's do... If that's going around that way, then hold up. Because this shape has to make sense. Right? So maybe it's something like this. Man, I miss having a pen that actually fucking works. Jesus. Yeah, this does not make sense anymore. I completely fucked it up. Yeah, I completely fucked it up. So yeah, I made huge mistakes. We're just gonna leave this as it is. This is like really bad. Let's just do something like bad. There you go. And then you put a happy face because your brain hurt and you really tried. Ta-da! There you go. Nice teethy smile for my 20% female audience. Let's make it a very feminine. There you go. Those are eyelashes. Eyebrows. Right, and let's give her a giant butt chin, because that's probably what the women who watch my content look like. Let's give her a mustache while we're at it too. There you go. This that kind of looks like fucking Ivankov from One Piece. Okay, so you guys can see my brain just died here. I was trying really hard, and then I made a couple mistakes, and I couldn't think of any shapes. Bars. That's how you do. I hope that hurt your ears. But with all my fucking random bullshit aside. I mean, oh god, I dropped my pen, but I caught it because I'm a god. But I need to, now I don't even know which, I literally don't know which pen is the actual new one anymore. So I'm gonna have to figure that shit out. Oh no. Oh yeah, I don't know which pen's the new one anymore. Okay, we're gonna have to like test the ink flow or whatever the fuck, but either way, I hope you tried. I hope you put a lot of effort in. I hope you my bullshit, you see, my brain just died. Like I literally couldn't think of anything, but that's good. Like that's a good thing, right? That just means I'm at the cusp. I'm like extremely at the cusp of discomfort, and slowly but surely we're getting there. Slowly but surely, right? But I mean, I hope this goes to show that, you know, you can have some things like this happen, and then literally you shit out something like this, even if you're trying equally as hard, if not harder, right? So, and that's harder with the harder. But with that being said, hope you really tried. And as always, fuck you for watching, keep drawing, and please, give me money.